idea this was moving. 27 seconds gone into the video. Oh my God. Oh my God. I went to sleep last night. And I dreamt. But I didn't see any of the dreams until this morning when I started to wake up. Telling me about the difference of 777 3 weeks for the 3 sides. Telling me it's 777 this way, it's 777 this way. 21 is 42. That's the angle of man's birth. This way, and this way is not 27. The line straight down. I'm just trying to do this now. 777, 777, 777. 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines, 6 lines, 7 lines, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 angles, 21, 21. 1 angle, 1 angle, 1 angle. 1 angle, 1 angle, 1 angle. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3 across. Then we go like that, like that, like that, like that. The octagon. Jupiter. It did a whole thing to us. I don't think you can live without Jupiter. If you can't, the question is this is the way everything is set up. But then all the dreadlocks are down here. 3 this way, 3 this way, 6. 1 this way, 7. 1 this way, 8. 1 this way, 9. 3 like this, 3 like this, is 3 and 3 is 6. And then 2 and 2 is 4. 2 and 2. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1 equals 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 equals 10 plus 1 plus 1. 1 times O, 1 times O. 144 days, 144 minutes, 1440. These numbers, 1440, 144 is 12 times 12 is the dice. Times the 10 days is 144. 10 days on this side, 10 days on the other side is 20, because the dice ends at 21. 20 is on free parking and next to New York. 144 and 144 is 288. 288 times the 1.25 days that are left over in the year equals to 360 degrees. Now you've used up the whole calendar. It's really confusing. I got to sleep more, I got to go to work so that everything in my mind can go somewhere else and work on its own so that I can concentrate on my work, so when I come home I can take my shower, think a little bit, and then sit down here and do one thing at a time. I got to start off so slow, so slow. I can't handle it, but it's okay. I have no choice because I've made the choice, and my choice was to go right in. I'm going into the rabbit's hole and I ain't coming back, because when I come back, I'm coming back to bring you all in with me. Because this place is going to be a disaster. Thus, since I'm just a human being and I can't actually get into the rabbit's hole without just getting into the back of my mind, and driving over to Mercury, and it's speaking to the second sun in Mercury through Venus. The third sun is now Uranus. I'm starting to put the planets together. Uranus, your ass. Another spirit up your ass. The ass spirit that probably works on Mars. Mars is SARS. So we got to understand it that way. SARS has an S at the beginning and an S at the end. What is in the middle is A and R. R is the 18th letter. It carries the sound of the first A, saying it's carrying the sound of home. The trumpets will begin to toot. The land will begin to quake. The rains will begin to fall, and then everything will become silent again. And now you have to watch out. For the silencing of the seas leads the seas turning over. Because everything turns this way. Certain letters. When it turns this way and it's a C, it passes right through here. It's a pipeline. It's a creation. 2 planets don't have the letter U. One is Earth, one is Mars. Earth goes to Earth and Mercury, okay? 0 moon on 1. 0 moon and a U. No U and no U and no O. There's no N and there's no passage. The I has come here. It's IOU no. Or IOU. October, Uranus, and U. It says we, which means yes. Or we are. The 23rd letter and the 5th letter. 23W5. Beta creation and the first passage. Drilling the hole, boring the hole in the ice to be able to get here and throw down our equipment. We threw down pyramids and dinosaur bones. Oh my God! Smoked a couple of joints up in heaven with God. But you know, because apparently my grandfather did, but nobody found out. And since my grandfather is the king of Africa, when I die, I'm going back into the jungle so I can stop acting like an ass on land or a monkey. I can go climb the trees and show you the real way I can climb as a monkey. When I start climbing as a monkey in this world and I use my own head, everybody thinks you're nuts and you shouldn't be climbing the trees because now you're acting like a monkey in a man's land. In a man's land, in a Sam's land, the Sam of massive Christmas of all. In a madman's land, a sad man of many men, and few damn Hussein. But out of the rain came a Ben. The Ben is a guy of a clock who was ticking and talking while he was talking to N.A. N.A. Any. North America. Are you aching for some breaking? North America. 14th letter, first letter. 1-for-1 exchange. 4 corners and 1 triangle. You take the triangle and you put it right there. You make the ball in the center a little bit bigger. You make these balls on the outside a little bit bigger. Now you got the club. 3 balls and 1 corner, that's the stand. God works from going to jail. Man's at visiting jail. The question is, which way are we going? Spin the board, spin the tail on the donkey, and when it finishes spinning, when he finishes putting the prick on the end of the tail of the donkey for your Christmas, when you take a break, you break something, you break with your car, but now you're taking a stick and you're breaking it for all the candy, because you took your stick and you put it in there and it was hard, and when it was finished, it was all broken up, but you got the candy because 9 months later the baby came out. Why wait 9 days? Because on the 11th day is the party. We go back to school. Waterworks. 2 more. We go to jail. Electricity. Back up 2. We go visiting jail. Electricity. Move up 3. We're on the railroads. Pennsylvania, the land of freedom. Harry Potter and the trains, the knowledge of the past coming into the future. What is the read of the new future? The coming of the day of knowing the weather, days in advance. I have so many numbers here, and I have to explain, and somebody would be beside me and say, shh. 7 days of the moon, 777 of Rubik's Cube. Then 777 again of the moon. When the moon, okay, when you do 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, when you do 7, you're doing this, because you don't count the center. then you got to do another star like this. Because for every stop sign that there is, when you get to the first stop sign, you're only stopping because there's a guy ahead of you. But what the fuck? He's going straight anyways, there's nowhere to turn. Wait a second, if there's a stop sign, there's a reason for it, there's houses. So, bring it into the Christ world. You're going this way, one stop sign. You're coming this way is two. You're coming from this street is three. You're coming from this street is four. Now all of a sudden, you've got four stop signs. The thing is, you ain't stopping going backwards. You can turn right or left. If you turn right or left, and you stop first, you have to look to the left and look to the right, so you can go right through the stop sign. Man has been going through stop signs in his mind all his life. Because just because the stop sign's on the other side of the road, but it's in the intersection, it's part of your stop sign. There's a guy coming. If he swerves into you on the other side of the road, passing over the line, he's off center. He's running to you. So you stop at your stop sign, and you go right through. Now, this stop sign, I go this way. He goes this way. So I come to here and I stop at my stop sign. But when he comes this way, because the car is on the other side of the street from Europe, or on the other side, he doesn't see the stop sign. He's going this way. This stop sign should be over here. That's Canada. This one should be here for going up this way, but it's all turned around. So while he's going this way, he can't be going this way. One stop sign. But while he's going this way, he can go left, which is an L, or you can go right. You can go left L, right L, left L, right L. Two wings, left and right, left wing and right wing. Two L's are worth 50. Now there's one U. Two stop signs. Each stop is the octagon. 25 and 25 for the crisscrossing is 50. Plus the U. The U-turn we have to make is 71. But wait a second, you've got two U-turns. You've got one U-turn going this way, and then you've got a U-turn going this way. Where is it? So you come to here, you stop, you go, you stop two, you go all the way around, you stop three, you come to here, you stop four, and then you keep on going, you stop at home, you got five. One scenario. You do it the other way, you got five. Two scenarios. The thing is, you drove up one road and came back the second road. Two scenarios. 12. Now, if you never left the house and got in your car and backed up or drove forward, 14. 2 weeks of the moon. Now, it is hard. And it's a hard tell, and it's a hard explanation. Listen to these numbers. You see, I just want to tell you, in order for me to do this, if I don't go into all the alleys, because when you go bowling and you have 12 alleys, you take a shot on each lane, and you come back and you take another shot on each lane, you come back and you take another shot. First you go bowling this way, then you go bowling this way. Now you're back home, you have 8 frames. Now you go bowling this way, 1, 2, 3, and now you have 11. 11 shots, 10 frames, the 12th one is the last one. It's not going to get, you can get a strike, but even if you get a strike, you can't throw 2 more balls. You only get to throw 2 more balls from the beginning. And at the beginning of life and near the end of life, if you live a little longer, you had balls in life to be able to manipulate your mind in order to survive on the planet without getting torn apart with all the lies and inhibitions of the thoughts of the people that lie between the lands. The lands of the lambs. Sacrifice, the sacrificing of the lambs, the movies we see and the programs we watch, the walking in the park and walking in the dark from walking under the sun and lying into the sun and getting cancer because we don't know. The presidents, totals, okay? I'm going to do it quick. Martin Van Buren, Rutherford Hayes, William Hewitt, Gerald Ford, G.H. Bush, George Washington Bush, 43, Barack Obama, 44. 43, 44, 87. G, and H. The G of the seventh gate, apparently I'm understanding now that the seventh gate in this world is the female lying back. She's the seventh gate. She gets to be the seventh gate as it comes out. So they figure if they go inside the vagina of a woman, they can find out where the signals are coming, that when the sperm came in, he's an element of thought, he comes from somewhere else. He hooks up with the female, the two numbers come together and they go to a new moon. And then this moon directs in order to give the birth. So these people went in, and they went inside the vaginas, they ripped apart, they went inside the penis, because they knew in the balls and in the ass and in the pussy was all the right angles, because in those angles you had a baby. The angles of the jingles of the jingles of the jangles. Can you see this? This is a breast. See the nipple? Above it is her head. The head of one, the breast of another. Her hand is over here. But that ain't her hand. You want me to show you why? I'll show you why it's not her hand. It's almost like her hand. Holding on to the seed. The belly button, right here. All the way out to the belly button out here. It's a seed, it's a baby. These, because she has all of this, she needs the matrix spirit that comes straight down and on an angle. So it leads razor blades, train tracks, divisions in between roads, army strikes, army strikes, army strikes, strike one, strike two, World War III, strike three, 4, 8, 12. We have the two dice, we have all the connections. We have now turned Jupiter into 3 Jupiters. They did what they did to Saturn. 2 Jupiters. They needed some babies. Earth, Venus, and Mercury. But since Mercury was inside of you, going up to Venus, that was actually connected at Mercury. Mercury, Venus, we go down to the communication, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. The first piece of the swastika is actually Mercury into Venus, down through Jupiter, all the way to Neptune, and over to Pluto. Now, if I take this right, Mercury, Venus, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto. Then we're going to go Uranus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Earth. I only learn as I go. Otherwise I can't know. Where is it on the page? How come I can't see it? Well, I just did it. It's not on the page. That's insane. The reason for 450 degrees, 90 degrees more, automatically 90 degrees more is one angle. Wow, I don't see it. Give me a second, you don't mind? I've got so much paper here. Wow. Okay, I'll do it again. No, I can't do it again. Oh, where are you? I just did you. Where are you? Where are you? My cigarette, my lighter. Too much. The hot air balloon goes into my head, pushes on the gate, but it's not solid food. It's this. It's only this. It goes in against my mind. It slides onto the other side to give a slight little of a tick because it has no choice. My alter ego. There's a line, the smoke's got to go in. Smoke goes in both sides, it stops both sides. Mind is a little blurred, can't think, but at least you're not freaking out. Vagina. Venus, angels of Jupiter. The birth of the Christ angel. HIV bringing into life 914 and 123 plus the 1 day. Jaina, Nina, Nina, the storms, all the earthquakes, all the storms of the world. All a different deal. Because we're living with the sharks. Islands in the Caribbean. We came to the Caribbeans because we knew the Caribbeans is where the Jamaicans were. Where the Jamaicans were and the Africans were was the place you had to be. So they moved to Beverly, or had a V for you and me. Another code. The black coal, diamonds, this is how the matrix picked it up. The oil that comes back down to the earth through the sky. Because it's been used. It hit the ice, it broke down, and it came back in particles. 5,000 years later, it was almost back in the ground as crude. Crude and rude. Crude and rude. Now, I can't find it, and the element of thought is leaving my head, so I'm going to have to create one more. I did go back 2 pages, so I'll go forward 2 pages, and now I'm going to do it. Okay, here's the swastika. It doesn't have to be this way, okay, but I'm going to make it this way. And we're going to go M, V, E, J, S, Pluto. 5, 10, 19, 1, 13, 10, 9, 16, and 9, B3 and 5, J, 10, J5, V2, V22, J, S19, no, it's not S19, it's U, it's 21, U, the 7th planet, 28, 13, and 10 and 5, 28, 20 plus 5, 28, 9 and 16 is 25, plus Jupiter is 30. Okay, here it is. Let me show you. This is the planet setup. Mercury to Venus, down over to Jupiter, Jupiter down to the 7th gate, all the way up to Earth, and then what you do is now you connect the line. You gotta live. Then you have Mercury, Jupiter, Pluto. 13th letter, 10th letter, 23 of creation, 16th letter, 23 and 16, 39, the 7th inning stretch when Hitler came in, because the H and I, the 8th and 9th, was after the piano music, was after the truth of the song, the national anthem. The swastika is the setup, but you need the lines, so you bring in the lines. So now you got 2 lines. And the whole thing is, you don't have any line in this box. This box is a half box. This box is a corner. So now what you do, you go corner to corner, 1 corner to 1 corner to 1 corner to 1 corner. Okay, now you have the 4 corners. You see? X, 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 X. 5 X's. 30, 60, 90 for the birth, then 2 X's for the father in the 10th frame, 90, 100, 110, 120. The total is 120, so when you reach Jupiter, it stops at 110. So if it stops on 110 at Jupiter, you pick up the 5 train, it's 115. From Venus becomes 115V. It's the Vega card. This is the plug of your computer. This is the Christ. This is the center of Jupiter. This is 4 X's. We double the world. I'm not finished yet. I gotta go out for work. I missed 3 phone calls. All the president's men. I didn't read you the numbers yet. I'm going to tell you where I got these numbers. These numbers come out of, okay, the presidents, their initials, the time they went to presidency, the number of presidents of who they were. It comes out like this. 8, 19. 8 heaven, 19 of the moon cycle, 9 of birth, 23 creation, 21 of the dice cube. 9 times 9 is 81. 23, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 11. 11 onto the 19 makes 110, or 100 makes it perfect. 23 and 21 is 44. The President, Barack Obama. We always stop at 20, because we stop at 20, we're going on to a new level. We came into the chicken house, we haven't walked the stairs, and we haven't went straight into the room. So you go to 19, 18, 3 floors of the chicken house, 18, that's the good thing about it, I got to remember, 18, 18, 18. And now you got this, 21. 3 times 7 is 21. 18 and 5 is 23. 15 and 8 is the egg and the heaven. 9 and 9, birth of one spirit, of the 8 heaven, of all the heavens. This heaven would be multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 presidents times 7 times the first number is 8, 56. 5 and 6, 65, 121. 7 times 1 is 7. 121 and 7. You now have 128. The 8 is Neptune running into Uranus. Part of creation, it's part of the cycle. The numbers, 8, 1 is 9. 9 from 8, 1. 9, 9. 2, 3 is 5. 6, 7, 8. So what you do is 1, 2, 3 is 6. I got to figure out how to do this. This one is 8 dash 1 dash 9, 9. Okay, so 8 and 1 at this end is 9. 1 at this end and 2 is mother and father. 9 and 3 is 13, 13, 13, or 7, 7, second, talking about the dice cubes and the 2 islands. 9 and 2 is 11. Spirit angel of man and the birth. 29, 92, the extra day of February that we have, all so that man's mind can follow the cycle of those who created the secondary system of birth in order to have the introduction of man's brain into this world. Now, is it ugly? Is it real? Is it not real? Oh, it's real like shit. What's going to happen at the end, how it will happen, I'm not getting into that right now. I'm building the puzzle. I know what it looks like. It came in the box. I saw the box because I jumped into it. It was a coffin. Want to see what coffin it was? This is the coffin. I had 2 points in the corner, my heart in the center, and 2 on top. I'm number 5. You roll this over and bring it back to the other end. And what it designs, I wish I can fold it over and show you to the other end. You see this? You gotta reconnect the 2 sides, and then you reconnect the 2 sides this way. When you do it, you end up with spaces because of the cutting. They all leave eyes to see from the sky, through the shutters. Cameras that come through the shutters above that come and see in between the earth, because they can't see all the time, and neither can we. Blind as a bat, high in the air, hung upside down, the evil spirit hangs around, getting more and more evil, because man is too good, because man is evil, because man has to think so it can learn the difference, the same way that good has to learn the difference so it doesn't get in trouble and end up with the evil. Because when you have 2 faces face to face, and one of them has their faces blotted out, there is no face, because you come from the DNA of your family. What do you want to come out, half your mother, half your father? 1 ball on one side and 1 tit to hold you up? November 4th. How many days away? It's the 11th of October. It's 1 month after 11 years of going back. 1 month, 1 day before, 1 day after, the including leap year, okay, that if you take away the leap year, we would be on the 12th today. The reason for the 21 on the dice, reverse the 21 is 12, is because it's only 4 sides of the cube. You haven't turned anything to run the cross. It doesn't matter which way you run the cube, because you're always holding it and turning it. You're not holding it like this, are you? You're turning it like this. A jar, when you can't open it, you turn it on its side. The moon and the days, the ways of the land, the wastelands of earth, the sharks and the piranhas, living in the cities, wearing gray suits, acting like penguins, wearing black and white. Which animal are they acting like today, and what are they thinking? What are the two sides of the animals when they're being attacked, and when they're eating, and when they have sex? Follow the guidelines of life, put in the numbers that have come up with the past, and you will be able to read the past in numbers. When you have the numbers from the past, you can now make 2 weeks prediction at a time. How do I know that? We all know it. We predicted the weather already for the 25th of October. Now I'm going to tell you right now, the minute it gets to the 28th is here. The minute it gets to the 21st of October, okay, starting on the 20th, because it's the ending and starting a new cycle, the 20th, the Halloween is 11 days for man. The 31st, okay, to the first is 1, to the second is 2, to the third is 3, to the fourth is 4. 31 plus the 1 is the day it is on, because it came from the day after. You're starting, you ended on the same place that you're starting. You count at the start, you count at the end, you count the position of the coordinate, like in Monopoly where you are. The two dice that end up on the table that are different, because you have to know what your connection is. It's only 1 to 6, so 3 of the islands that are here, something different about them. 7 and 5, so we go 11, which is 6 and 5. Then we go 11, which is 7 and 4. We end up with a day over the day, because the Christ, the 11, overlaps. 6 days, 1 day for God, and 3 days for the islands. The islands that came in here had 6 islands. Then there was 3. For earth, for the body of man, because the rest of them weren't like it, like this kind of man. The difference of 36 and 28 and all the reasons for the menstrual cycle and the presidents, how come they have to mention in the book he was 21 and he was 36? Because they can never forget, and once the books are all over the place and the people start talking about the things, the computers start picking up the numbers in their head, and they know what time you went to bed. Raphael, 7286. Herbert Hoover started it. But if you really want to look at it, you take the 44th president. Now you want another 44. But no. Let's end up taking 36, the creation and the game. The 36th president was Lyndon B. Johnson. LBJ, 12 and 2 is 14. J is 10, the 24 hours of the day of man inside of the creation. Nixon was after him, I did it. And John F. Kennedy, who runs in the same cycle, they killed 35, 36, 37. They knock off John F. Kennedy. Lyndon Johnson takes it, okay, and then after Lyndon Johnson, he passes the torch over to Nixon. So now they shove Lyndon Johnson out of the way, but they can't shove Lyndon Johnson out of the way, but they could jump John F. Kennedy out of the way, because he was the beginning of the list. So now you got the 3 now that are left are Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, and General Ford. So it goes from Johnson to Ford. Now Ford is the middle of 37 and 38, so you go forward 3. 1, 2, 3, and you back up 1. Ronald Reagan, the end of the cycle. I told you I'm going to the end of it. Gerald Ford was the middle, number 38. The 3 8s, 888 of the connecting heavens. The 4th corner was Ronald Reagan. Whatever game he played in there, I don't know, but he played the right game. He's the 40, he's back on go. 41 is George Bush. He's on the Mediterranean signing deals and ready to go, and wars have started to break out. 42 brings the angle, the angel, the X, the crossing and the setup of the barracks over the land and over the water and the countries of every single man that exists. George Bush takes on, in his numbers, the Mediterranean, while George W. Bush takes over the Baltic. Barack Obama, he's 4-4. He's George Bush, he's Williams, and he's George. He's also Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan and Barack Obama is 84. 7 times 12 is 84. The 7th president is Andre Jackson. The 12th is Zachary Taylor. ZT and AJ. 11, 26, 11 and 46. 11 and 46 is 57, 3 cycles of the moon. Now, I'm always going to find something. It doesn't mean that I'm right about anything. The numbers talk on its own. When I talk like this, I didn't crunch the numbers. When I crunched the numbers and I made a choice, we'll see why through the numbers that this is true or how it comes to truth. Now, I feel a little, because I can't keep it, I mean, I don't want to travel anymore and tell you all this stuff, because now I got to slow down, prepare, and when I slow down, it makes me tired. And then I get starting on a roll, and then I'm going like hell, and I ain't stopping until the end, because I ain't stopping to think. When I slow down and stop to think, when I was in the hospital and they gave me all those pills, I woke up depressed. I was in panic. I wasn't sure which world I was in, because they knew I had the crystal skull. The last head of the crystal skulls. There are many, but this one's mine. And I'll only use it for the revolution of Ron Paul. Because revolution shows you it has a bow, a theft, a gun. Revolution, the word speaks on both sides, telling you the truth. We're going to do what we have to do under the lands, the lambs, the lamps, the lanterns, Halloween, and follow the 10 Commandments instead of breaking the law. You break one law from 10 Commandments, you have 11 up, you have 9 down. You have 12 up, you have 8 down, you have 13 up, you have 7 down. 13, 13, 13, 39, you made it to the 7th inning, 7 and 6, strikeouts in each inning of 3, 21 and 18. R and U is the letters, the electric is the game that started, the ballpark. The angles of the ballpark, they branch out like this and one towards center field. Listen to the songs, listen to the music. I'm not going to do this alone, you're going to help me. How do I know you're going to help me? Because you're going to tell me. You're going to leave me a message and say, I want to help you. And then you're going to say, how do I help you? Just ask a question. That's all. The minute you ask a question, I answer whatever's in my mind. And my mind will think about the rest, and later on in the day, or I sleep tonight, I'll get the rest of the answer. Because half the answers are when you are awake, and the other half are the visions of when you're asleep. I wake up every morning, I have to pull my hair out and run all the way over to the chair and write down, and it comes in so fast, I saw it. The 7 days of the moon are broken up. It's all about 4. It's all about 4. 4 is 60, 4 is 64, number 4 is a 60 count. The number itself is 4. Saturn is 6. 4 and 6 goes together. 19, 20, 41, Mediterranean, SAT, satellite to the Mediterranean. SAT 41, U21, 62, Venus and Saturn. 20 for the T is 82, reverses the moon, the earthquake that's coming up. 18 plus the rest is 100 for Saturn, plus the N is 14, is 114 letters. 38, 114. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days of a pig's pregnancy, 114. SS, 114. If there's 114 on one side in creation, it's 144. If there's 114 on the other side of creation, because it comes from the center of Pluto, 144. The total is 288 times the 1.25 because of the leap year equals 360 degrees. 144, 144, 288. Now we got to recalculate the moon on 288 days plus the moon. You have to understand it's 273, which is 39 weeks of 7 days. You have to understand we have to rebuild. We have to add on 28 days in February. So we have to have 1, 2, 3. We have to count 3 days. How many days in a week? Days in a week. Days in a week means our week is 7 days. Go to Wednesday, go back 4 and 4. Okay? That would go one way and one way would make 8. 8 and the 17, and 7 would make 15. A&E, Arts and Entertainment. Saturn. S-A-T-U-R-N. 19, 1, 20, 21, 18, 14. So Saturn, okay, has one A and one U. A plus U equals 22, and it's 2 and 2 life. Sat, Tasmanian Devil, a U-turn, a Saturn, a sad turn, a bad turn. 19, 20, oh my God. Oh my God, 20 is 19, 20 is 19, 20 is 19, 7 and 7. Saturn, 7, 7, 9, 9, 7, 7, 7, 20, 21, 19, 40. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm going to stop. I have to go to work. I came here. I just got out of bed. I just got out of bed. I have to start thinking right away when I get out of bed, but I'm not thinking. The vibes are coming in. They're all in my head while I'm in my bed. It's all cobwebs at night, but when I wake up in the morning, I twist and I turn and I untangle it until I'm out of it, and then it's all in my mind. So don't forget the swastika, and I'm going to probably forget all this because I'm a car, but I'm a truck, and I'm running a big hill. But inside my brain, I'm a tractor, so I can't drive that fast, but I got a good torque, and I got forks on the front, 11, and able to support any party I pick up. If I put a pallet on my forks, when I drive forward, I'll be able to lift up and move the snow just because I put a pallet between the 2 forks, connecting the 2 sides. And the driver, who is holding onto the wheel. And the wheel is going all the way around. When you hold the wheel, the top half and the bottom half. When you turn it, the top half turns. If you look at the bottom and turn it, the bottom half turns, but the top half turns. Top half turns towards your right, or towards your left. But we're at the stop sign right now, and I got to go to work. Raphael, 7286. We will do it. Ron Paul, you're out there listening, Ron Paul? We're not finished with you, because I won't be able to handle the pressure. I'm nervous a lot of times because I'm busy worrying about my interior thoughts, keeping the ballast within. The ballast within. All the parts of electricity to calm it down, it's all in our head. Part of Rubik's Cube. Dug out in 2 different places. Rectangle on one side, living in a square. You put 1 square here, and 1 square here, and 1 square here. You fill this up with land and water. You put mountains on top of it, and all that sticks out is this little island. Unless you come to the corners, you end up with 1 corner. 1 to the left, 1 to the right. 1 to the right, up to the right, 1 up to the left. My ear, my thoughts, my hearing into my brain from my thoughts, and we uncycle to recycle, to cycle it up, which means to create a new cycle within the cycles we had. Because that's how they kept moving it forward, by the games. But the games didn't change. It's the games people play. It didn't change. Now you take the coordinates around the world, the house you're in, the floor you live on, the address, and who's living with you. The car you drive and where you go. And where you go that you waste your time. All these little things are trapped inside these little energies, omega-3. 1 place to speak. At the same time, you're not thinking, but the information is coming in while your heart is beating. You go take a walk in the park, you smoke a little joint, now your mind is beating to the beat of the sounds of your feet and the movement of your arms. Now you're singing a song because it's coming from Sky. Skynet. Skynet. Owned and operated by an island outside of this world. Sky, Polsky, Zaritsky, and all the skies. We have to know the names of the originals. Then we bring them to the future. And then in the future, I shall read and we shall see. Because what I read, I see, I tell you. Because if I hold it in, I'm not fair. And in this life, when it's global, it has to be fair, and you must share. Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus. Just a little bit on your Andrew Media. We live the life we live for the way we think in our mind. Thank you.